Good morning and welcome in everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I would like to go over a quick overview of what we see transpiring so far in this morning's session. We can see that we started off overnight, we had a little bit of volatility to the upside, but now that we're getting closer to the 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we start to see a little deviation from the overnight flow. And it's not that it's flipped bearish in any sense. It's just overnight, we went up a little bit. Bitcoin was up to 84,000. How high did we end up getting? We're about 84,700. And the significance is the Deathcross is happening right here. So if you're going up for rejection, you would stop at either 85,000 or 85,941 area and then start pushing back down. If we're trying to invalidate this, like we said yesterday, we got to get back above that 85,941 would be a great signal. It would be a key takeaway from here to not go down to that first tier, which is 77,543, but ultimately down to that 64,000 level. So we need to get hot here to avoid those kind of pull downs. XRP right now is up about 1.9% to $2.12.9. Overnight, while we were sleeping, we got up to about $2.20. So again, we'll see if this is just a retest of the initial point of the breakout. But now we're down 3.5% from the top, just from our overnight rally. It looks like, to me, we have a reversal candle on the daily, like a bearish. I suppose it could go bullish. Get up and try to retest this bearish cross at the 100-day, right around that $2.29. But for all intents and purposes, if we don't rotate up now, our next step is to come down to $1.94, which is the 200-day. And then after that, you start to reverse down in a bearish fashion. So we've got, a lot of stuff happening here. And it's not that I want you to sell your stuff. It's not that I'm overtly bearish. It's just I'm talking about the ebb and flow in front of me. And if you're buying or selling something, don't do it because of what I'm saying. Do it because of your own conviction. If you had bought something and you're selling because of an update I did last night or a couple days ago, or you're buying because of something I said, that's not the appropriate way. You need to do it your own way. And you need to make sure this is what you want. This is what you understand. This is what you believe, because not everybody's going to see the same things I see. And I'm not saying 100% it's going to go down. I'm just saying we're starting to get these metrics now where we've got to reverse in the immediate short term to the top side. Otherwise, this is going to get very ugly and very dangerous here. As now we've had the bearish cross from the 50 through the 100. And the next step is to come retest the 200-day at $1.94 if we have to continue pushing down. And that's just being transparent. But real quick, good morning. 7:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. I'm XRP future millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I don't like April Fools. I'm not going to do any kind of April Fools jokes. I think when you're dealing with finance, it's inappropriate. Even though most of my peers will do some kind of nonsense, I don't think it's appropriate when you're dealing with people's money, when we're dealing with portfolios, and when one little mistake can cost you everything as far as overhyping or undervaluing something. So I stay away from all that nonsense. We can let the third graders deal with the April Fool's nonsense, the jabroni, so to say. Just in a sense, it can be fun. But like I said, when you're dealing with finance, when you're dealing with money, you don't really want to do that. So I stay away from it. Gold this morning's up about $5. Commodities or mining stocks still not responding quite appropriately, especially gold mining stocks. Silver's down about 0.75%, under $34. So definitely, we're definitely waiting out for Trump with this tariff talk, Liberation Day, whatever they fancy it these days. So it's definitely having its impact on the market. Now, whether or not it has any kind of real effect, or if this is already baked in, that's for you to decide. But right now, if I'm looking at XRP, we already know about the short-term level that we got to hold here. And then even if we travel out here to like the Sunday coming up this week, $1.90 could still be held way down here. But right now we're crossing in a bearish direction, so we got to be careful here. So we need to do something to invalidate this drop. That's it. This morning we're trying to build something, but if you look at it, especially in the smaller time frames, you can see how we've got to start getting a little hotter here. Because now that the U.S. is waking up, it looks like we're starting to, consolidate back down a little bit. And it could get ugly if it does break down these levels. Now, if we can get hot here, that's a whole different story, because then we can start pushing up towards that $2.29 area and see how we respond there. So we've got some options here this morning. We've definitely got some options. It's just right now to reverse that bearish bias, we have to do just that. Reverse this bearish bias. From this perspective, we didn't finish this drop 100%. We came very close. The technical drop when we lost this $2.45 was technically $1.96. We came down to, I believe, $2.02. So far we missed it by 6 cents. We came up, couldn't get past the 200-day. Now we're reversing back down. And we'll see if this can hold. We'll see if we can hold a consolidation here. Otherwise, it's going to end up being a 30-minute time frame play up to the 200. Came up, came back below. Now we're at the 20-day. Now we need to see if we can hold this reversal, or if this is the start of a come down again now that the U.S. woke up. It does seem like we pretty liberally do this every single day, at least in some sense. So I want to see if we stay volatile to the upside, or if now, in fact, we do come down. The next area now, if we put it in real time, it's $1.96. So if we come down here, you're going to be looking at that $1.96. It's real convenient, too, because in the daily time frame, the 200-day sits down here. And now that the day's gone on another day, it's right at about $1.96, $1.94. It's right in that area. So it makes sense if we have to come down and tap for some kind of key support, that you would come down to the 200-day and see if we still have that sectional support. But we'll see. We'll see. We're attempting to put a small reversal. It's just it came back down to the mediocre areas to where now it's kind of like not invalidated, but we still need to move more. It's never been validated to move up. So we need to keep pushing with some kind of pressure to the top side. If we need to be a little bullish today, we're going to be a little bullish in the talkings. I would welcome it. But we'll see if this can reverse up or if this just comes back down. A lot to be watched this morning. I know it's 8 a.m. I got to get my son to school at 8:20. But I always like to do these morning updates. Then I do a short, around noon, 12:15 today probably. And then at night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time daily, except for Saturday and Sunday when we do it in the morning at about 9 or 10 a.m. We do the lives at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday through Friday. And I would encourage you, sometimes on Friday we do it in the morning as well, the live. But I would encourage you to join me, especially Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Friday, depending on my son's school schedule. Sometimes I do it in the morning like Saturday and Sunday. So that's the schedule that I usually do. I'm here every single day. I've been doing this since March 24th of 2021. So 4 years and a week now. And we've never missed a day of programming. So if you're looking to stay ahead, stay in the loop, or just trying to be able to be responsive to the market, just pay attention every day. This Deathcross here in Bitcoin, overnight we came up to, and we would have to break, like I said, this 86,000 area. First level would be 85. And then about 85,000 to get through the 200-day and the daily. But right now we've got a bona fide Deathcross where we've come through, we've invalidated it, and now we've come back through again. Now we're looking for confirmation on a rejection here. And so far this morning we came up to about 84,500. We've come back down now to 83,000, almost 84,000 still. So it's only come down about $500. But that's the level right now. If we can reverse that, we could start to try to get hot in a sense. So it's not that we're giving up. It's just that one day, we talked the bearish side. And now today it's showing us a tiny bit of momentum maybe. And if we can, we'll talk a little bit more of the bullish side, how to invalidate these bigger drops. But right now we've got a lot of work to do. Bitcoin's still below that Deathcross. For all intents and purposes, a lot of crypto still below the Deathcross. The ones that aren't are working on a Deathcross, like bearish crosses. XRP's come through the 100-day right now, so we're looking for some volatility to the upside. The bottom line is, if we want to avoid a bigger substantial drop, we're going to have a big style. We've started, when we got up to 220 this morning was nice. Now we're back at 214, or we're at 219.5, so we've got to start pushing that upward volatility. But like I said, we're within an hour and a half of the USA officially waking up on the Pacific Standard Time. On the East Coast, we're waking up at about 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when we see the biggest volatility, especially if they start grabbing liquidity. And then real quick, and then I got to go, Ethereum up 2.3% on the day, about $42 on the day. We need to see if Ethereum is starting to finally push up here. It had come up to $1,890. It's kicked back about $30 right now. And then we're going to see if this has, the fortitude to start working up, or if we can see, like in this weekly time frame, how we have a bearish cross with the 50 and the 100. Is this just going to have another volatile swing down? And are we going to dump? Are we going to come up to the 200-day maybe in the weekly, which is all the way up at 2,270? So we're going to see exactly what the market makers have in store for us. Have a blessed day, everybody. I'll see everybody in the live tonight. I'll do the short later. If you're looking to trade crypto, lowest spot and leverage trading fees, lowest maker taker, lowest, no KYC or VPN worldwide. XRP's been available in the USA, not just now, but even when the lawsuit was first announced. They're one of the very few exchanges that never got rid of it. I wish I would have known about them years ago. If you want to send a donation, you can do PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. You can join Tom's Army. Or make sure you subscribe and join the almost 31,600 subscribers. And just share this and hit that like button on the way out. Have a blessed day, everybody, and we'll see if we can get a little bit of bullish bias here, or if the market does end up coming down here as the day goes on. The escrow dump is today. As we know, it's happening, or has happened. We'll take a look later to see the official numbers for the Ripple escrow dump. And we'll just see how this affects us market-wide. Right now, we've got a little bit of momentum. Let's see if we can carry it out through the day. Let's see if we can carry it in the tariffs tomorrow, as it's officially going to be announced. Or everything will be in full play tomorrow, so we'll see exactly what's going on, and we'll see exactly how this market reacts.